Okay, let's talk about how you might hold cabinets up against the wall or even the ceiling to install the upper cabinets in a kitchen with just two people, uh, so you don't have to lift heavy things. Okay, so these these are old uh, work, I don't know, foldable workbenches or whatever. You notice how they're made so that the legs underneath fold up to make them shorter. Uh, there's a foot under here, there's a foot here. You probably want them on the tall setting. You don't need two of them, I don't think, although you have to look at the job. If your cabinets are really long, usually a cabinet is only 3 foot wide. One of these will certainly work for that. You don't need all the features of it. The point is you need a stable platform that you can clamp things to. Now what I've done is these are wood clamps, and you can buy these in a variety of lengths, whatever. Now we're not talking about these rubber trigger clamp. This is not suitable for the job, right? These are this can't hold a cabinet. Even if they're big, they're just not strong enough. You need the previous incarnation of this. And this is the second incarnation. And if you'll notice, this is not made with pipe. This is made with bar, steel bar. You want the ones that are made with pipe. They're made with usually 3/4 or 1-inch galvanized pipe. And the point is you can buy galvanized pipe and change how they work, change the length of them. They probably come with pipe, although you may find that it's just the clamp parts. Now the trick is you're buying them like this. They slide, and then they have a screw clamp. Right? Except this will be a pipe. Now, the trick is that if they're a pipe, you can take them apart and put them back together in a different way. These, however, cannot be, because they put this problem, they put this, they forged the end of that such that you can't get this off. This won't come off. So, the ones made with pipe, you can take apart. So what you do is, you take 2 of these clamps to make a third one. And the trick will be that this will be a pipe, and you'll take this off of another clamp and put that on there on the same pipe. And then you can jam this up against the cabinet or set the cabinet on top of it, say for example like that. And then you can use this screw clamp to adjust the height of the cabinet. So the back of the cabinet is sitting on the ledger board that we talked about that's screwed on the wall. And the front is being held by this. So you have to buy a few clamps. And they're not that expensive in the fullness of time. You're talking about paying thousands of dollars in labor, or use these clamps and a workbench, a work table like this, and do it yourself. The trick is to not have to stand there all day and hold the cabinet. These pipe clamps will hold the cabinet for you. So it's against the wall. The cabinet will be against the wall, supported by the ledger board. And then the front of it will be supported by these. Now, if you need, okay, you could use 4 of these. Like if you have a cabinet that's, we already talked, and your cabinet's not suspended from the middle of the ceiling like mine were. I used this right here, this very one, with 4 pipe clamps that I borrowed from a friend with extra jaws to support the cabinet up against the ceiling. And I could adjust and tighten it up so it was tight against the ceiling, and then I could screw it into the ceiling. Your job is simpler than that. You just need something to hold the front of the cabinet so that you're not standing there the whole time holding it. You can buy pipe clamps, extra ones so you get extra jaws, the screw jaws, and that should solve your problem. Again, there are other YouTube videos that will show you how to install cabinets. But we talked about, you know, they got to be level, they can't be jammed against the ceiling, you know, they got to be all level. So anyway, we talked about that. So that's the deal. So let's take one more look at the way these clamps are made. They look the same when you buy them that work with pipe, except that instead of being a steel bar, this is a 3/4 or 1 inch pipe, galvanized pipe. It has a trigger that releases it. It clamps on the pipe to stabilize it. There's a clamp of some sort that holds it on the end of the pipe, or you screw the pipe. You know, the ends of pipes are threaded. I forget, it might be that the pipe threads into this end here. And then you can adjust the tension to raise or lower the cabinet with this right here. Right, so to hold the force, okay, so this is not there, right, because you've gotten an extra jaw and reversed it, right? Start with this, slide an extra jaw upside down on the top of this, on the top of this one, so it faces like this, and then use this to screw the cabinet against the ceiling, or hold it up at the level of the ledger board, right? Anyway, so that solves your problem.